Well, welcome viewers once again. Here we are Monday afternoon with Barry and the Barry Peatling Football Show.
Yes, welcome to you, Colin, and to the viewers out there. It's a pretty cool day today. The wind is getting in early, so got to rug up.
Well, you do say that, the wind is getting in early, but I did see the forecast. It's 24, 25 later this week.
25 on Saturday, but it's cool nights and it's raining out here, and I've got me a little skivvy on today.
Very good. So well, before we get into the big Bomb Beach Chelsea match, what have you got for us on the
I've got a little bit of variety from the board. Out there.
What do you want to go to first?
We'll go this one in. This is up in Rapania back in the 65. They took that photo. That fella doesn't look as tall as what he was, but he was 6'8", and he's a very tough man. And they decided to take the photo on what they say, the longest to shortest.
Yeah, he's like he said they're 6'5".
6'5", but he's a big man, big unit, tough as nails.
6'5".
And the other one over here is my photo of my daughter about 7 or 8 years ago. I thought I'd give her, but she'll probably watch this video. She'll probably tape it over, replay it. And it was down in Chelsea Beach a few moons ago. And the bottom one is when I was playing the Super Rules at the Canberra football ground in 82, 83 or whatever it is. 83, what's it say there?
81.
81. The Sticky Clay there played for Richmond. And that's me. Someone cut half my head off. But I got third best player that day I played against City Jackson.
Yep.
And we won that game.
Some say that he beat you.
No, he didn't. Killed him. Good fella. I had a drink with him after the game too. But he used to always, I told him I was having a drink with him after the game. I said, City boy, you used to always save your best for Richmond. You used to always clean up Richmond. He did.
Who did he play for?
Carlton.
Carlton.
Number 5 he was.
Number 5 for Carlton.
And we actually stayed an extra night that night with Crackers. I was with Crackers Keenan. He's a lunatic.
Yep.
Funny man, though. We come back the next day.
Okay.
But it was the prelim to the Cowboy Neil side who played in the grand final that year.
Okay. Big
crowd and pretty good fight. Apart from only seen half my head.
Okay.
And here's one down here at the bottom. This is about 2 years ago down my St Ignatius School reunion. Who do you think that is? Have a guess.
That's Tommy Hafey.
See, Hafey, that's the man, and I've known him pretty well. I've known him since he had a milk bar in the corner of on the top of Bridge Road near Atlantic Street. Actually, I still owe him about 13 and 6, which would tick up things back in them days, free drinks and everything. But he was there as a guest speaker, and of course he coached Shepparton the year after I went there.
Okay.
Tommy Hafey, yeah, and played.
Bit of a Richmond.
But he's a good fella.
Richmond coach and Collingwood coach, was he?
Sydney coach too.
Sydney coach.
Coached a few sides.
Coached a few teams. Bit of a legend. He was always a fitness fanatic.
Still is. He's 84 and he looks about 73.
So he's still kicking on quite well. So let's have a look at the super game, the Bomb Beach Chelsea.
It wasn't a super game, Colin.
Well, the not so good game. Just tell us firstly, or tell the viewers.
The game to forget for Chelsea.
Tell the viewers what the weather and ground conditions were.
The weather over the Beardsworth Ground Oval was perfect. A perfect day for football. The ground was like a carpet, and not much breeze, but as it turned out, it wasn't too good for Chelsea at the end of the day. That's the way it goes.
Yeah, so there was a little bit of a breeze. It was going from the southeast sort of thing. It stiffened up a little bit later. Now, any changes?
Yeah, there was 2 out. One, actually I spoke to Curtis before the game. I said, what's wrong with you? He said, I've still got that niggle on my rib and that sort of back problem, so I decided to rest him.
Who was that?
Curtis Bywaters, star.
Oh, yeah,
the future star. And Reece Murphy was omitted. And then the side comes Toddy Garden, who plays for Frankston Seconds. They had a week off. We'll probably get him for a couple of weeks. And Marusic. And he looks alright, this Marusic. He kicked a nice goal there during the day, and looks a nice type.
Now tell me, I was over there for a little while. Number 15, he looked like he was a bit of a thin-looking fellow. O'Reilly, I think his name.
Jack O'Reilly, he got injured, he went off.
Yeah, he's quite
very
slight.
Very slightly built, yeah, but he can play, but I think he needs to put on a bit of weight and get a bit of muscle around him, because he gets knocked around too easy.
Looks like a boy that's playing with men.
Well, he might get in the gym and this end of the year and build himself up the next year. He's got talent.
Okay, needs to eat a few more pies. Well, let's get into the first half, particularly the first quarter.
First quarter, yeah. The first quarter is our best quarter. We kicked 6 goals, something to about 3 or 4. They kicked 6-3 to 4-3. We started off pretty well. And I thought, this is going to be good, this. And next thing, Nigel goes down with a hamstring. He was trying to follow around Shane McDONALD, which is another story.
So one of our good players, Nigel.
And after the first quarter, it was probably our best quarter, but McDonald, little number 4, what's his name, for Bond Beach, and number 22, Foster.
Mm.
Oh, God, they're good footballer. Yeah, Foster, Ferrito, yeah.
Mm.
They started to take over in the second
I
quarter.
wonder if there's any relation to the North Melbourne player.
Nah, it's spelled different.
Different, is it?
It's
Okay.
spelled with an I.
So the first quarter was looking good.
Well, 6-3 to 4-3.
On target. So what happened up until half time?
Then the second quarter they kicked 8 goals.
Bomb Beach.
8 goals. To us, 1.
Mm.
And that was the end of the game because, as I say, McDonald, Foster and Ferrito took over, and a couple of big fellas, I can't remember their names now, but they just took over. At half time it was 7-4, 12-7.
Alright, just put those glasses on. Well, let's get into the third quarter.
Well, it's a bit dark here today.
A bit dark, yeah, a bit dull.
Dark.
Third quarter, Barry.
Well, then the procession just kept going because we were just, the bench was nearly run out at half time. We had fellas sitting on the bench that couldn't come back on, but eventually in the last change there was no reserves at all. So, but the third quarter we had a bit of a dash in the third quarter. We sort of held them. We held them to 4 goals.
Yeah.
They kicked 4 goals 9.
Yeah.
They could have blown us away, but there's not much to talk about Chelsea. But I mean, Jason Clark and Bradley, the 2 Clark brothers. He played a good game all day, Jason Clark. But he got a bit faded out in the last quarter and a half because he playing the ruck and he kicked 4 goals. Fair effort, that.
Fair effort. Okay.
And it was him and Bradley Clark and Matty. There wasn't too many good players for Chelsea on Saturday.
Mm.
I mean, all the stars. 2-2 was pretty quiet. Brisbane was pretty quiet, but. And Joel Conley sort of battled hard all day in the ruck. He was shot his arse, but no. Well, the third quarter, it was 8-6 to 16-16, and we didn't have a bench. We ran out of players on the bench.
Yes, because who went down at the end of the third quarter?
Benny Finnan. I was going to tell you about that. Benny Finnan. I didn't know what happened because he was in the. There's a little bit of punch up before that started. The next thing I see him on the ground, he was getting stuck into these fellas, and I thought he might have been KO, but he's done his ACL.
Oh, so that means he's probably out for a year.
At least, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was in the room. I went and seen him after the rooms. I said, "Hey, you go." I said, "Oh, it's sore." And I don't know what. It must take a while to get an ambulance to come pick him up or whatever and take him. But he was there for a while after the game, and yeah, he'll be out for the season. It's a shame because he's just getting back in form.
Yeah, he's just starting to get going. So give us talk about the last quarter.
Well, the last quarter was a complete wipeout.
Mm.
I mean, they kicked 10 goals. 10 goals, and we kicked 1.
Yeah, and it was a 100 point loss, wasn't it?
20 goals, wasn't it?
101.
26-17 to 9-7. That's
100.
17.
100 points.
Yeah.
101 points. Yeah. So it was a huge loss.
It was. Well, we didn't have the cattle on the ground because a few of the couple of stars were out and injured, and when you haven't got a full squad of good players, it's pretty hard to play against the top side. Well, they Bond Beach. They won the week before. They beat someone by 9 goals, didn't they?
Yeah. Okay. Well, even though it was a little bit disappointing, talk about the goal kickers for Chelsea.
Jason Clark kicked 4.
Alright.
Bradley Clark kicked 1. Marusi kicked a lovely goal. Chewy kicked 1. Joel Conley. No, Jesse O'Dell kicked 1. Hudson Thomas kicked 1, and Wizard kicked 1. So Wizard played alright too. He played alright in spaces, Wizard, but he's played out of position. Ryan Stewart, he should be in the. He's the best halfback, attacking halfback flank on the competition. He got him running around the centre on the wing.
Not right.
Put him on half-back flank or something.
Yeah. Well, tell us your group of best players.
Well, there wasn't too many best players, Cole, I'll tell you now.
Now,
Sort of,
Rory Gregg.
must mention Rory Gregg. He played a very good game Saturday, Rory Gregg. He's one of my favourites, as I've been talking there the last few weeks. But no, not being too smart, Rory, but you did put in Saturday and
Maybe he's been listening to your advice.
played a very good game. Yes, he was. That's very good to see. Well done, Rory. And you was in the best players with Clark. You had two Clarks. Who else? Matty Gardner. There wasn't too many good players, Cole. But
well, we still have to give votes on a game like this.
Ryan Stewart put in, and you got to give the votes.
Yep.
For sure.
So, one vote.
I give one vote to Matty Gardner. He played a good game, good solid game all day, Matty Gardner. Two votes to Bradley Clark.
And finally, 3 votes
to his brother Jason Clark.
Jason Clark. Did he kick 4 goals?
He kicked 4 goals.
He's not a forward, is he?
Plays anywhere. Plays some ruck, centre half forward. But he played well all day. He died out a bit in the last quarter and a half. He was kicked 4 very good goals.
You've been talking about him for a while now.
Look, he's potentially. I reckon centre half forward will be his go. I reckon. But he can play in the ruck, and he's pretty versatile. And he's got a bit of mungle about him too.
No votes for Tutu.
Tutu had an ordinary game, so did Brisbane, and so did a few of the other fellas too. Let me have a look here. No, it was game best forgotten because it was.
Well, just talk about some positives, but positives to do with Shane McDonald.
Shane McDonald. I'll tell you something about Shane McDonald. I mean, I said this last year. I mean, he started his career juniors in Chelsea. It's last year. He started his career at Chelsea at 12, 14, 15 and 16. He won best and first every year. And I don't know how, I've spoken to people the last few years, how he finished up down in Bond Beach, but there's a bit of a problem with his old man and something else, but he should have been playing with Chelsea. I mean, you played 5 years. And then he gets over to Bond Beach. He is...
I'll give us that big statement.
A big statement now. I think he's just about nearly the best player I've seen in this competition since I've been watching this the last 12 years.
Wow, that is a big statement because
he is.
So better than Mitch Grant and Capsalis.
Yes, he's better than Goosey now. Yeah, he can control a game. He's what you call a general. He kicked 5 and he give away about 4. And they can't catch him. I mean, Nizer was tagging him in the first quarter, but it was too quick for Nizer. But he just controls the game, and he stands there, and they try to tackle him. He just brushes them aside because he's a pretty solid little fella, and that's the only reason. I think that's why might be carrying a little bit of condition to make AFL. He's always been a bit just on that little fraction overweight, but he just destroys. And I seen him 2 years ago. He got best on the ground in the combined side. Just took over, and Saturday he gets the ball and just no one will go near him. He just they don't know what he's going to do because he's standing up. He'll pass it to someone, they'll kick a goal, or he'll go run around someone, balk him, kick a goal. 5 goals straight. He kicked 1 goal from about 65 metres out. He kicked the last goal of the game, 60 metres out too.
Yeah.
You are.
I've never. Oh, he was playing. I didn't see him. Oh well, I wasn't paying attention.
Shane McDonald, if you're watching this video, you are a superstar, mate. And the pity whatever they're paying you is probably not enough.
Not getting enough. All right. Well, you got some Cheerios you wanted to talk about. Something about a PH and PhD. And Billy Wilco.
Yeah, Billy Wilco. This fella, I was talking to PH a few nights ago, and Billy Wilco, he was a smart man. He was a very smart choice, and he sort of gave us a bit of an education about looking after females in the right way. And he was PH, remember, because we discussed the things he was saying about females, and we said, God! But anyway, we finished up taking his advice, but Terry, Phil will probably tell you about Billy Wilco, and he'll make you smile, put a smile on your face. But he was a very smart, one of the best dressed fellas in Richmond. He was. So he was probably about 10 years older than us, but back in them days. I was only 13 and he's telling us this story. But
Sounds
he
a
was
bit hairy.
a very, very clever and a very good snooker player.
Mm.
So that's it. That's PH. We were talking about him last week.
And is what's his girlfriend's name? Was it?
Shandy, yes, I told Phil about that. Shandy and, what's his name? Carlos. His son Carlos. Sorry about